on you. Oh wait, they didn't hear you because I had Discord off. Whoops.
You're telling me I have to do this again?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me when.
Now.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Groovy TK. Welcome back. It's a beautiful Tuesday. I hope you all enjoyed your wonderful day. Let's get to streaming.
Perfect. Oh my god, there is something wrong with us.
Did you pretend to lip sync it?
Yeah, I did. I didn't see it.
No one's on except for me, I think.
Yeah. If they decided to play the whole thing, oh, you're GG. GG.
What game? Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney. Oh. We got an artist who just blew out a candle for some reason. So this game is about puzzle solving. You have to figure out who killed someone.
Wonderful. We love a good mystery.
Some downtime. There's two other people right here. Oh!
I can hear myself. Oh!
Hi, Mother! How are you? You're not gonna say hi to Mother?
Hello. Of course I'll say hi.
Of course. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Boop, boop. Hangs up immediately. April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Panic. Palms sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Oh, wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. How are you doing, Mother? That screeching noise, is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess. Justice. Don't hate me, but you never know.
In my head, I don't know what you're thinking. Up to the ground and pull that ring and said, marry me, Julie. You'll never have to be alone. I love you, and that's all I really know.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was wondering why you were singing it.
Oh, anyone that follows, I have to sing. I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. You love that song? Oh, that's good. If you want to watch the very beginning of the intro, go right ahead. You will hear the lovely Caitlin doing the actual intro.
I can't wait to rewatch that later.
As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down if you get my drift. Drift got him, sir. I'm all over the drift. As it happens, I dined in him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much.
Hello.
Well, I think the game is actually G. I need to turn on the audio so they can hear you. There we go. Turn off the music. Should Because the music.
Oh, I can hear myself, I think. I think it was fine.
I wasn't sure if Mother could hear you quite well. Oh, they did the heart. That's sweet. Not that I'm worried of. Oh wait, what did he do? What did he take a screenshot of? Why is he sending me a picture of my Twitch? David, why are you sending me pictures of Twitch? I'm no longer on Twitch. I'm on YouTube now. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. So we gotta figure out. Oh wait, here's this guy. Whoa! Good morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. Hi, other son. Yeah, K-Dog's in here. AKA my brother. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help. So you're, fine. I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay, I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry that this happened to you. It's time, shall we? Yes, sir. Alright, love you, Mother. Have a good night's rest.
Bye. Have a good night.
You sleep in and enjoy work soon.
Oh, she has to go to work.
No, not till Thursday.
Oh.
I'm just telling her good luck. You misspelled her name! The court is now in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, the defense is fine. Ready, Your Honor. Good night. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Too late. Oh wait, I'm getting a call. Hello?
Hey, you online yet?
Yeah, I'm online. What's up?
It's not showing me.
I'm live on YouTube.
YouTube, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I show you.
David, I stopped streaming on Twitch because I wanted to go on YouTube now to get me verified on YouTube. Sorry, should have told you. You're all good.
Alright, just want to make sure.
Yeah, Tasha's on here.
But wait, is this where she can?
Uh-huh.
It was on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube.
No, but this is where she got a hold of.
Yeah, that's... We don't talk about it, but this is how she got a hold of you-know-who here.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't talk about it.
See you later.
Alright, love you.
Love you.
Yeah, I had told him about the whole situation, what he did, but told him that I couldn't give him the evidence. Because I don't want that drama to hit you again.
I appreciate it.
A defense attorney
Thank you.
must always see to his client's wishes, and my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course, he wants justice, but to entrust his case to this Greenhorn Y. I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in this town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have cords of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Also, this is the guy that did the murder. Accused of murder. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. So let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak further if it did. If the prosecution would be so kind to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. So thank you. I saw you enter this room, a fresh attorney, and now I see you leave in chains. Oh, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. Yeah, we are. Alright, bye, Mother. You have a good night's rest. Mwah. Kisses. To you. Oh, subtle as ever, I see. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took a victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him, cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say. And the defendant, you say he was the pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist? This is a weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juices apparently are the defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Alright, deadly bottle added to the court record. Grape juice bottle used as a murder weapon bears the defendant Mr. Wright's print. Alright, something to note, Justice. All of this is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record, right. I've heard of that. Usually to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use E. Sounds like it's time to get hands-on action. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this shitty Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? According to his passports, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently through his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant. That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. How do you pronounce that, by the way? Do you know how?
I have to wait for it to pop up on the screen.
Oh. When you see the Bowl Club, you know what I'm talking about. If they had only just met, then why murder?
Borscht.
Borscht?
Are you talking about Borscht
Yeah,
Bowl
Borscht.
Club?
Yeah, Borscht Bowl Club. Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing. That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. Oh, what is photo? Oh. As you can see, a game of poker was in the progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Is it poker gambling? Does a crime in so? Indeed. It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Objection! Uh-oh. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet, it was only that a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a solid of clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs, red and blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue blacks, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in and attempting to mystify those pressed and repressed women. That will be our first order of business to hear then, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about your poker competition held at the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. Witness testimony. I have no idea how this is gonna go, because I have never played Ace Attorney. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That is all it is, a game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano. Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? As a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times, though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher in coursing? No thanks, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not taking a tutorial. No need for help here, sir. I think I got this one covered. I think you better do more than think. You know it or you do not. I'm fine. Court of Steel are ready for battle. My weapons, present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. This is the cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistency, lies. Phoenix right. As if Phoenix Wright never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Alright, here we go. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over the... Alright, so... Oh, I see. I want to press on this. Because if he's a pianist by trade, yet he can hardly play at all, why would the company hire him to be a pianist? Right?
True. Good point. That's a good point.
I'm questioning it. You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. What was that supposed to be a boost just now? The title of pianist is just a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? My real job is to take on interested customers over day at the poker table. Main club attractions. Okay, so next thing that I found interesting was the room where we play, and the competition there are the club's main... Oh, she left. Main attractions. That's all I have a question about. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. It's quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. The black market. All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. So it's to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room. Gambling hoods. You know, just looking at that, this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals from the eyes of the wall. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the smallest windows. I can practically picture it now. That window doesn't look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was a common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play the poker in a room steeped in history. I think I got this guy into more trouble, babe. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. He just talked about the black market.
Nice. There you go.
I'm also gonna question him on his real job. They pay you just to play poker. That would be the case. I'm a professional after all. Bah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always but limited, Winston. What? I've played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. Oh! What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you never lost once? Not even one time. As I said, I'm a professional. I played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? Do you think that's possible?
No, because a lot of it's luck.
Yeah. I'm gonna question about the 2 decks cards, because that would imply... No. Oh, that means cheating was involved. You do know that, right?
What?
So normally in poker gambling, when you're playing poker, dealers will use 2 decks. One deck for the actual players, while the other deck is to help them to make sure that they never lose at certain times. So they'll let you win a few, and then when you bet big, that's when they would switch decks to help them win.
Right.
So
This
when
guy's lying.
Hold it! He's telling the truth.
I don't know.
Of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. Okay, maybe not. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards.
If he's good at, think about this. If he's good at poker, he's good at deceiving people.
Yeah, there's something not right. Something else I noticed, in addition to the cards on the table, there are some lettering on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at a club. One deck of cards was red, the other was blue. Oh!
He's a cheater.
No. If you just heard the previous statement, was the whole, on the top was blue, the bottom was blue, surrounded by a sweep of blue. They used blue and red cards, meaning someone else did the killing. If he uses blue and red cards, he cannot have killed.
I see.
As I recall, in poker, you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. Oh, that's quite interesting now. This is competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in that room the very moment the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at that point is against the rules, Your Honor. Oh, sheesh. Of course, I expect to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Ah! I completely let down my pipe. Don't despair yet, Mr. Am I supposed to hit object at certain points? This is sir. Right, there's something I like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear from you. Sure, why not? Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead the silence regarding the murder, but okay, I gotta press one thing. Oh wait, this is actually brand new. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched a murder weapon. Hold it! But his fingerprints was on the murder weapon, so how did his fingerprints get on there? So this is silence. The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great. Like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, don't you check anything odd about that testimony? Huh? I actually did. Because the bottle has his fingerprints. If he never touched the bottle, then literally either his testimony is completely wrong, or someone actually made him touch that bottle and then committed the murder himself. There's one thing now, what was it? When you figure it out, I suggest I already know it. I already know what I'm gonna press. I know what to do. I'm checking the court history. Let me go. Kristoff, stop talking. I want to present the evidence. Let me present it. I'm excited to present. Shut up. No, not listening to that testimony again. No.
I'm excited to present.
Present. Bottle. Present. Oh wait, what am I presenting? What am I presenting?
Were you trying to find the fingerprints?
Yeah, because it says it bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints on there.
Objection!
I'm gonna object to it. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon. The grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Pine? I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. This would be 100% me. Literally scratching my head. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears in our case. What about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strangely about the fingerprints on the bottle in the restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone. God damn it, Pine! Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they're normal fingerprints. Huh? The fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding the ball inverted, and there can only be one word for that. Yeah, but he never touched it. Someone else used it. You sprayed someone with the bottle. I think I made a fucking case. Mr. Kevin, I think things take for worse. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything you say. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to this court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. Bitch, talk about this shit. Don't say you're gonna remain silent. This is the time to speak. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm certain he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be something.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that... Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder cell, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement, 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above the ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made it. Okay, so now we got a phone. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he chose so. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. and you claim he is being uncooperative? Nice save, Mr. Gaffin. I'd better not waste his time. I think the prosecution has toyed with our clients enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about this. What was it you said? Oh, what did you next? Oh. Gotta look back on the case. Yanks. The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How could you possibly know this? That's the question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else was in the room of the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Indeed, I am ready. Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. She's the murderer. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Is it violence against terror a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure it is okay. I think this is the murder. 100%. Now the prosecution. Oh, wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witnesses? Paraphernalia? Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. And that would be? My name is Olga Early. I am employed as a waitress in the Porsche Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform how it's said or other service. I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's picture. Ta-da! Like for example, this one. But that's the defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder, man in white is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the figure. Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop a jar out. It is the same way as I drop the cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Alright, got her photo. Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in the room, the hideout, we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? It is a room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. It is a room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise, it is lovely. I will post by court room door later for you. Ta-da, photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want to copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. Victim, Jedi Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orly are witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means... Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about the night's offense. I honestly think that it was murder. 100%. The fateful night. That night, a customer asked me to deal cards for a game. She is a dealer. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. Duh. The victim, he plays whole time with his hands on, locket at his neck. Then last hand is done. But something terrible has happened. Duh. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious who was the victim, Mr. Objection! Oh, why am I objecting? That is ridiculous. That was the right count, lose. Justice, maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hasn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Initially, I have some evidence here. Oh. These are the poker chips they lay on the very moment of the crime. So he had 3 sevens and 2 aces. Full house. Well, he had 3 kings, 2 aces. It's also a full house. Let's see. Trying to see if there's something odd with it. No, there's nothing odd with that. The hand and the chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? I mean, yes, imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils. I know that, after all, in my youth, I was the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at his picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay, I'm going to cross-examine really badly. Alright. Hold up. No. Going over here. Hold it! I'm pressing everything. You are dealing cards? Do you do this often? Yeah, I am doing this. If a customer wishes, I serve anything. Force cards more, portion. It is my work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten this meaning of service. Welcome to Bullshit Club, where bullshit is as warm as the waitresses. Thank you for not handing off flyers during the cross-examination. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays his whole time with his hands on his neck. But something just terrible happened. That man flew at the victim. Uh-oh. I did not mean to hit that button. Orly has done this murder 100%. Alright. We're gonna press this one. It was cold, both players played with hats on. Hold it! It's already April. How could it be cold? At Bullshit Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it's always as cold as Mother Russia. No way I'm going there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, duh. The victim plays time with his hands. I'll get on his neck. Hold it! I'll hold it. That one. His locket. I believe it was good luck, charm, duh. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it must carry him to the moon and the stars. Though, if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. Fits with like a clarification is a locket we're talking about. I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket. Of course, I knew that. It was a pot with a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it. No, a locket's a locket. That is considered bad form to poke fun of the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing, hard or hard of understanding. So what happened next? The nonsense is done, but something terrible has happened. Duh! Hold it! Something terrible? The kids were afraid from the needless shouting. Oh, sorry. I just considered this vocal training thing. Now then, Miss Orly, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. That man threw out the victim and strangled him to death.
Hold it!
But the defendant would never do such a thing. Eek! Oh no. Well, no, I can't say I would ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker? Perhaps it is because the defendant never knows the game. Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it always is, which means with men like them, winners that make sore losers. Oh, wow, the mighty fall. Go ahead, I believe you know what to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. And I got her hook, line, and sinker because she just lied. Because if he was strangling him to death, then why was this the murder weapon? Yeah, he had a blood to the forehead.
Objection!
Right there. Using the, oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean, this report shows the victim died of a blow to the head. Ah! Miss Orly, really? Did you witness the crime? Look at that picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. But that means she lied in court. But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at him, his neck. Oh, really, Miss Orly? I think I caught you in your own lie this time, Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think of this theory once more. Oh, what do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems you should continue this examination. Such a thing has thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Alright. I don't know. Oh no. Where is that lie? Where would that lie be? Where would a lie be at? Oh, the fucking neck thing is gone. You see, it's gone.
Objection!
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Regarding testimony, Your Honor, the victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe, she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at his photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. What what does that mean? If we are to believe this witness testimony as is, then the lockets disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket's gone, someone must have taken it off. No? Taken it off. Wait, you don't mean the defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all? He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah. And the only people that will take it is that woman. Defendant, what do you have to say about this? Say. Yes, I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come again. Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? We confirmed it at this time of arrest. The picture in this locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So, Mr. Wright has the locket too? Why don't I buy that? It's just a coincidence. Oh no. Oh no, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't be necessary. It is clear the defendant lost badly. Ms. Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Uh-oh, she's in trouble. The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. For last hand, the defendant played with all chips on the table and lost. The moment loss was decided, the defendant grabs bottle from the table and... Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been so bitter to be able to swallow. Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger on your honor and now regret it. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many of Gold Court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. I think it was flipped. And it was switched. Wait. If I take a look at this. What if this big chips was actually normal? The one who was winning was the big dog or the Didn't she change her story though? We should be taking her. Alright, let's press
Hold it!
Are those usually start points? Were there any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. That was 7,000 points. Normally 7,000.
Hold it!
Big chips and small chips. I want to know how much they were worth. Ratio of the chips in this photo are the chips that were used. Of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Press harder. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain what is there to be explained? Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips, not a chip of the old block things. No. What are these chips for? Are they in dollars or rubles even? As I've said before, it was a game, not gambling, but perhaps for a capitalist to understand. 2 types of chips, multiple choice chips and 1,000-point chips. It's not money done. Justice, sir, don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I added to our testimony myself. Well, does that defense want to? Yes, I do think this deserves further security. Added to the testimony. I don't know where this is going either. I'm blank. Very well, witness, if you would be so kind. Die, Your Honor. One kind of chip is worth 2 kinds in all. Alright. The one who was reading was the victim. Oh wait, no. I was trying to press.
Hold it!
Now I was trying to talk about this. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 years, was losing. It must have been unlucky day for him. I'm glad I did take a picture of. Oh. It was a one-sided game. The one-sided end. The last hand that didn't play on scholarships. Take one loss.
Hold it!
Last hand. It was the largest point of any hand. The defendant's hand was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind. It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. It is a truly excellent hand, however, so is the victim's. One was highest number wins, so the defendant loses. The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next. When cards laid down on the table, it happened. He really said something that he shouldn't have said. And what happened next? Even to think of it now, I shake and tremble. I did not believe such a thing would happen. What such thing? Please, you mustn't believe. I had no idea how could such a thing occur. What such thing? The defendant had been hitting the victim. I said it all happened right before me. I saw the bottle coming down on the victim's head. Besides that, Your Honor, my witness saw at the very moment of the crime. Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Yes, sir. Oh, wait. Hold up. 1,100. 3%. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 points. That does not match up. There's more coins on the table. There's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Yeah, there's way more. So it goes 10,000%.
Objection!
You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. Objection! It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. The rest of the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. For the safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then, totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review the witness told us. Each man starts with 3,500 points in total. And the combined total tips is 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry to 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that Eventually chose all the chips. And the big ones are worth 1,000 points, and the small ones were 100. Now, if you add them up, how much is it? Did yourself, you are in kindergarten, are you? 2,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain. This calculation makes the answer clear. If the total combined points at the table were 10,600, that means the starting of the night was 5,300 points. 5,300? That's a rather half-baked score at which to start a game. Just as would different start points really change anything? It seems the Vin subsections was even more half-baked than the score. Uh-oh. Time to head back to the kitchen. Right, there's also another way. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there could only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Wanted to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points and not the big ones. Madness, utter madness. Show me the photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why? That would make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. You figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said but wait, the value of the chips may be different, but that doesn't change nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger chips still. Oh, exactly. And the small chips are 1,000 points, and the larger chips are 100. Let's do the math. Let's add the points of each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900, and 4,100 points go to Mr. Wright. Well, now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning the night after all. No, impossible. My client has less reason to kill this victim. After all, he was winning. Yeah. Now, Mrs. Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Oh my God, she's good at this. Order in the court. It appears our defendant has lost his small chip, and Mr. Wright supposed to defeat never happened. No, we must now ask ourselves whether we can own it. Excuse me, what is it, Miss Orley? I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, See what, Miss Orley? What do we see? There was a cheat, you don't mean. A trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was a cheat in the last hand. That's why the game ends with chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating hand, the final hand. Alright, the final hand. The last hand, both the men had full houses. There was 4 of each kind. And a deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game became an argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. That's a lie. Miss Orley, why did you not tell us the court from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less in Scorpius' tactics. Mr. Gaffer. What's Full House? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this, some kind of secret court pokering? Justice. You know the terms of 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind? Yes. Oh yeah, no problem. 2 cards are the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair to 2, and 1 3 of kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they must have full houses. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and to go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Exactly! There's no cheat involved. Last time both men had full houses. There's a 4 of each kind in the deck from each king. If you look at both men there. That I'm gonna press. You recall what those more arguments were? I believe so. The victim shouts, "You are a cheater," and then the defendant shouts something like, "I have objection." Sorry, objection. Hey, hold up, it's our break. First, he bluffed his way through the courtroom. Now he bluffs his way.
Objection!
However, Mr. Wright lost that hand. That seems to cast a shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith. Humiliation from losing even when cheating. That is what set fire to the defendant's heart. So what did the flaming defendant do next? He took the bottle in his hand for Mr. Smith.
Hold it!
Alright. How was it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Oh yeah, he had 3 aces. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's too. Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say a hand. Or perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. Five aces in all. So we know what to press.
Hold it!
By bar, are you referring to this? The defendant uses this bottle to stop the dispute. There is a admission of cheating by the defendant. But why use a grape juice bottle? You'd be surprised at what can be used as a weapon. This juice was recommended to drink a Borscht Bowl Cup. 5 aces? Yeah, there was 5 aces, babe. Yeah, this is the same case. This is the killer, by the way. She is the killer. This year's vintage is remarkable for its hefty flavor. Heavy enough to brain a grown man, apparently. First she says it was serious competition, now she's saying it was clear. Justice noticed anything odd. Her testimony keeps changing. Now, she says the defendant cheated. Actually, yes, I've noticed that. Let's get the truth about this cheating first, shall we? Right, leave it to me. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and present this. We're going to present this. Because look, there was actually 3 kings, 2 aces. Not 2 kings, 3 aces. There was no cheating. Oh, she's a waitress. For some reason, she thought bringing a bottle would be a...
Objection!
It appears the witness... Let me turn off that. Mistaken by my name. Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you just said in your chat this morning. That's the photograph of Tips, is it not? Justice? Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend your unravel thoughts. In other words, use your finger to point out to your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular? That. Percent.
Take that!
Why, it's here, of course. It's where? Where is that you're pointing? Where, good question. Oh, no. I clearly... I literally pointed at the cards!
Take that!
Cards! Visually, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith had 3 aces. But as you clearly see, the victims had only held 2 aces.
Objection! Objection! Hell, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was a defendant's hand that held the third ace in question.
Objection!
Take another look at the evidence. As you can clearly see, the defendant also had 2 aces in this hand. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating, alright. And it's going on right here in this courtroom. I have no idea why she's still holding that pot. 2 aces in each player's hand does that make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating. I swear to you.
That's odd. She must be lying, yet she is most sincere. I've seen all her things. You're right to trust your instincts, Mr. Gavin. Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards? The cards? Mr. Pine. Yes? The player's hand that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request the cards to be shown for the court. Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? The cards that don't show cheating were going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? I say the victim's hand is more suspicious. What do you think? It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of its witness testimony. The defense requests the time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well. Mr. Pine, if you would like. Very well. Receive the evidence, victim's hands. Well, time's wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. Alright, we got the victim's hands now. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using up, left, down, right arrows to turn it easy every which way, and B and M to zoom in and out. That way, that should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Alright. Oh, look right there. A blue card. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is different color.
That's impossible. But I put that card in right hand.
What was that, Miss Orley?
No, really, I said,
Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we? The dealer. Ah. Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley? She's the cheater, a professional, I'd wager. Order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Ms. Olga Orley, conspired to cheat, not with my card, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense is accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in that room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Olga Orley, of murder of 1st degree. How did that land on the table? I was hoping it landed right on her. Mr. Payne, what is your witness, Ms. Olga Orley? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice, Your Honor. It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. Was suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim and Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce the verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. That's it for today. I see no point in prolonging this trial to this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiry.
Objection!
Oh? Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor! Mr. fucking Wright! You have to end the trial! You're free! You're a free man! What do you mean he can't end the trial here? Fuck you! Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Wait, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? Objection! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous! Mr. Pine, you of all people should know, Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's get over the facts about the game that fateful night. We're back to him, I guess. As was said before, we alternate between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. Yeah, a red deck and a blue deck. The 2 decks at the table have different colored backs, blue and red. I guess out of his fucking mind, I agree. 1 color per deck. Why use different color backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. You still use different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have the impression that you were using a blue deck. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the last card swapped? When? Oh, shit. There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after. Oh my god, it was after the murder. It was after the murder happened. Well, yeah, thanks for the news, Bolton, Mr. Wright. Of course it was... Oh, it might be as simple as you think, Mr. Pine, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? I actually think it was swapped after the fucking murder. Because, literally, the dealer killed him. It's obviously Olga that killed the victim. Because she was supposed to help the victim cheat to win against the undefeated champion at poker. But they got into an altercation after the fact that he won. So he left to go do something. He left to go play piano, do whatever he needed to do. He ended up leaving the room for something. Most likely to contact his boss. Next thing we know, murder occurs because Olga and the victim got into a conflict, yelling at each other. She kills him with a bottle. She had gloves on, so literally no fingerprints could be on there. And he had used that bottle, so his fingerprints were on that bottle. So it has to be after the murder. Perhaps it happened after the murder. What? What's that ridiculous? What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown?
Objection!
Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take it simply as... Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly water in this world, but very little impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color. If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Oh, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Oh, who indeed? That is one of the mysteries before us. There's another. Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and the murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room. Alive, that is. Defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orly. Okay, so who was it? It's obviously Olga! Why? It must have been Olga Orly who swapped it. She was trying to cover up the evidence from the cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry, but there's a problem with that. What? Phoenix? Phoenix, what are you saying? Phoenix, you're alive! Then you killed the fucker! Oh, the one who swapped the card. The swap card was from the wrong deck. Yeah, the blue card was stuck into her right hand. It makes it a card from the wrong deck when the backs are... Oh, it's gonna be... Remember that you were talking about Olga Orly. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such an obvious mistake? Give it a little more thought, Paulo. I'm not gonna say it's Phoenix Wright! There's no way it's Phoenix Wright that did this! The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly either. What are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As to the bits, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point. Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong colored card. If the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all of this is. How much fun! Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Miss Orly, then who was it? Yeah, well, the question wasn't it precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. a new direction? We'll find it. Indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping. Oh no. Don't tell me it's Kristoff! I just realized Kristoff has a fucking pendant. And there was a pendant found in the crime scene. Oh no! Because the one who did it didn't know the two colors of the cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace at all. All they knew was that the game had to be won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it. There's a problem! According to our case records, this person doesn't exist! True, not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? Kristoff? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. Oh no. This trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in the room. I believe this new evidence shows we see overturn that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for the brief recess. Mr. Kevin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. April 20th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright, to suddenly claim that there was another person at the scene of a crime like that. I might ask, is it just truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious always. Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Is it Kristoff or the fucking judge or someone in the court? Definitely someone in the fucking court that did this shit. I have no idea. Yes, the judge has summoned me to the chambers, so carry on without me. Uh-oh. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You were wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Alright, so we get to take a look. So that is his daughter. 100%. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. You think it's Kristoff too? Because he's missing a pendant. Curiouser and curiouser. Hello, DJ West. How are you doing today? It is very curious. One more question. The one who cheated that night, wasn't you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago, what I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like a trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. The body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding! The witness, for instance, Miss Orley. passed out. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Yeah, I actually did notice that. Come on, who knows that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass on the secret to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on those signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will soon. Almost forgot one more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there defending me. I need your power. My, power? I have no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Alright, we're gonna do our best. That's good. It's good to have you here. Save your card progress? Yes, save. Yes, save in the slot. 100%. Alright. Yes, continue to the next chapter. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Alright, back here. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orly, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the offense again. That's the thing, you see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insignificant grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orly take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. Oh, she's trembling. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser. Not. Huh? Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People, Olga Quick Fingers Orly. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like. Oh, really? That's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. What a quick change. As the person had to begin, this is probably one of the best case ones of Ace Attorney. Oh, so this is pretty good. Witness, you will tell the court what you really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. I don't think she's gonna lie again. I don't think. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Cup several days prior to our night of the game. As a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim? Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was clear about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Mr. Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would have snapped shut. You swap the cards. Exposed as the cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would have been dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. What's up, Beep? How are you? Oh, really, Orly? How droll. But it appeared You made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agreed. The trap was arrogant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be... Oh, you'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orly. Oh, really? The winners would be so much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shape. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was wrong. Witness testimony. That's fun. The best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright's lost that last hand, and just like he was supposed to, then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up the bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant. Oh goodness. A surprising frame testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony for once it's Swarv is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? To be honest, I actually thought it was all good. I actually thought she was the killer. But I'm not too certain now. Alright, that night I planted the cards like I was supposed to, and Mr. Wright lost the last hand like it was supposed to search him. But the plan failed. That's when I pressed on. It's like how it goes. The card disappeared. Yeah, my trump card. The five of hearts. Gone. Without a trace. Poof. Zip off. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found. Is that correct? Never in my long storied career. Never has Quickfingers Orly been so readily dumped. Duped. Not dumped. Oh, really? So, what happened to that five of hearts? Don't look at me. Why not? You ask the cheating, lying, two-faced defendant. But the five of hearts is still missing in action. So, five of hearts was the card I went missing. The next moment, Wright picked up the bottle and swung it. Alright, it wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant. Alright. Question further on that. Let me ask, how's your eyesight? Just who do you think you're talking to? They don't call me Quick Fingers for nothing. I'm a pro, which means my dealing is pro and my eyesight is pro. Honestly, she have to be blind as a bat to miss something in that small room. Yeah, but Mr. Wright didn't have motive to hit the victim. Different personality, but same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed, yet her testimony has not. That means there has to be a contradiction there, quite. Alright, so she planted the card like she was supposed to, but it wasn't there. So, where was it? Ori Packham. Yeah, she did seem nervous when... Yeah, she did seem nervous. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna ask her more about this. No, this one. I'm gonna ask her about this. So, everything went according to plan. Exactly. The fifth ace came up, so it's obviously switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would have been forever known as a cheat and a fraud. There are worse things to be known as, I suppose. Tell us what happened with the search. Alright, here it comes. Alright. We already questioned her on that. Isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... Oh. She's covering for someone. She is covering for someone. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her? Yes, we're pressing a little harder. 1000%. You're hiding something. What are you talking about? You. Me? Quick fingers. Only hiding something? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit his victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him with my own eyes. I saw it. What's this weird vibrating? Anytime she touches her hair, she's lying. 100%. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you do this? So anytime she's literally touching her neck, hair, she is lying 1000%. Why am I sipping it on her? No. Oh. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, someone's telling her what to say. Oh. It sounds like she might be listening to something. I have no idea. You know what?
Gotcha!
I have no idea what this is. What's about to happen? Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get into a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of this sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about? You think Kristoff did it? Do you still think Kristoff is the guilty man? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us. Her habit is searching, scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I have noticed it happen when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an cerebral impression on your neck is this. Wait. The weapon that left an... It's never not that, but the weapon was this, so... Literally something about this. I did not mean to place that, but there's a percentage.
Take that!
I have no idea. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck, and which reminds us more of the moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What was he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the person who has hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness' habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now is our only chance to break her. Ms. Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Me? I have nothing. I am knowing nothing. She put on her Stop again. We know you're not Russian. She was Russian and therefore she is covering for the person. Yeah, 100%. The witness will testify, please now. Here comes her. Bah, fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got here.
Hold it!
Oh, who do you mean he? You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you got in all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So, what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. It's absolutely flawed. It contradicts the evidence. What's that? Well, show us evidence, Mr. Justice. Show us the evidence you claim to contradict his testimony. She didn't let him out of the sight until the cops got there. I know that some evidence contradicts that. Yeah, the phone. Because he called, right? Because she said that he was dazed. If he was dazed, then he wouldn't be able to call. I think that would be the evidence at hand, because none of this is going to help us. That's definitely not going to fucking help us. This will not help us. Just the phone.
Take that!
Ms. Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed up the stairs, and made the phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant. He left the room entirely. Yeah, she did a good try. 100%. The man who picked up the bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Oh, she just told the truth. It wasn't the defendant. And now we get to see what happened. The cards are being dealt. Mr. Wright and the victim should be tried. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets now! It's gone! The card's gone! You lose. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Rox, and he hit me. Damn, he hit Miss Olga. When I came to, the victim was already dead. The victim was already dead, is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If I came out that I was in league with Miss Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does that lead for us? Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who has hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin? Sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Ms. Orley a big fat liar. What? Three were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client. In the announcement of that argument was murder. didn't. I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Exactly. The bandit is framing her. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled, we catch ourselves in that process. Mr. Wright? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility that there was another person in that room at the time of murder? Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before reset, a single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of the cards were being used. A fourth person... This theory again, your fourth person doesn't exist! Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal! And where not a clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the colors of the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? These cards were used for the last game. Right, yet there is one person here in our court who thought the cards were blue. Yeah, I had that person too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It was not me, I swear. Who is this fourth person? How do I get a bonus watch to this? Let's hear the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought cards were blue? Can I say the judge? I'm gonna have to say it's Gavin. It's either Gavin or Payne. It can't be him because he died. It cannot be him because he's innocent. It can't be her because she is a pro dealer. It has to be either him or the prosecutor.
Take that!
I'm kissing my own guy. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But of course, Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table. But look, as you can see, the cards in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before the subject came to light. It was. It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wit, silent clash of passions. Only the cards, the backs, wrenched in blue flames, know its final outcome. Right there was his bad thing. Well, Christoph. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is there something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right. You are seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph. You know, even I'd never take a joke this way. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder. I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possibility connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game even started. What are you suggesting? Is this true? Mr. Wright was saying something about, well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify.
Objection!
Oh. The defense would like to request no such thing. He's trying to find it! Mr. Gaffin? Testimony must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? That is true. How could it be related? I'm not sure I follow Mr. Gaffin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Ms. Orley... No. I might assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this. He is the defense, not you. Uh-oh. He hit a trouble now. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's ceremony is up to you. Oh, okay. Go. Yes, we need to hear this testimony. This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to repeat... The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to this court. And two, Justice, you would betray me, your teacher. I'm sorry, Mr. Gaffin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Indeed. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. I would literally be like 100%. I don't care. Appetite before the murder. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Sade Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith had the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Blood streamed from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another police call to defense attorney Gaffin. Mr. Gaffin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder? I dined with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will. I had become involved in the murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Mr. Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor. We took on your defense. It appears that I was wronged. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir. He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gaffin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Alright, let's find lie. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at a table and this photograph. Sade Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Sleeping on the corpse's forehead. That's when I made another call to the defense attorney Gaffin. But why did you call Gaffin in the first place? You know what? That's what I'm going to question him on. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gaffin? I had obviously gotten involved in rather a sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff Law Office would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. I'm glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend, quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Troy was talking about? Justice, you know what you must do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yes, sir. Alright. The truth has to be somewhere. Where is it? Okay, so if him were question him with this. Smith hit the waitress is the lie. No, Smith did hit the waitress because the waitress said that Smith hit her. You had dinner with Mr. Gaffin. Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Ball Club quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. I always eat at the tables closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner. Indeed, the remnants of my meal was Christoph. We dined for 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that... Okay, so... Daddy Smith walked in 5 minutes after. So we'll question him on this part, because him being uncontrollable. What was he doing to her? So, about Smith hitting her, because he thinks that's a lie. About his failed trap. This is the same trap that Ms. Olga already mentioned. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in right pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When Daddy appeared, Smith would call him out and search right. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. You swap the cards. Just like that, the legend would have been dashed to pieces. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that it happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found the card. The card you planted? Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was a final card. And I found feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card right beside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice. The murder one. So that's how the fingerprint got onto the bottle then. As I rolled it up and stuffed it in it, the colored glass makes it hard to see. A bottle went between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama. A card inside a murder weapon. That's strange. If the police missed it during the investigation, maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Bright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. And then some remembering the game and dispose of the bottle. Alright, let's present it now. Let's take a look at this bottle and find it. Sitting there. Alright, I don't see no card in the casing. It's completely empty, as you can see. I'm trying to see if I can see a card just slipped in it. Oh, that's odd. No, that's just part of the thing. Alright, the girl who was knocked out. Alright, let's present this. My sister's coming. No, see her.
Hold it!
Let's question more on that. You made a call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not so. It was the middle of the night, after all. So they're in the darkened restaurant. I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. Okay. So when I returned, he was dead, but I was more. So, what about this? And when he returned to the victim, he was already dead. Yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little. He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. Alright. So, literally we're going to have to present that bottle as evidence. I would think. Because there's no,
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. I'd examine this bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely, is that all you have to say for yourself? I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however, perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Captain, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you this party king our investigation team back. We looked inside that bottle, there was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did that card just disappear? Someone has that card. In any case, please continue our conversation. I'm afraid the safe contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh, Prison Heart, Genesis, break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. We're not on our client's side anymore. We're not on this. Alright. I don't know what to present anymore. I honestly don't know what to present. Unless this would be the perfect evidence.
Objection!
Your Honor, what do you think about the witness statement? I'm not sure I follow you. It's clearly contradicts the, I thought. No. Damn it! I don't know what to do! Oh no. Oh, what to do? If that is accurate. Let's question him on this.
Hold it!
5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter to me. Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shading Smith might have you met? I believe I did say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall? That does seem a little weak as a pretense of murder. All it would be if that were all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? I'm very question for this.
Hold it!
Good, yes. Oh wait, we already talked about this. Let's talk further into that third option, though. No, I didn't mean to choose one. My bad. What to do? What to do?
Hold it!
Why is way in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment. You see, I knew what was coming. Oh, so you struck first. I like that. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in the pocket, they don't. Should I use that as evidence? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I am actually lost for words. So, it's best to try it, I guess? The phone, I guess? Oh wait, let's actually review the phone. What's this? Why is there tape on the phone? Why was there tape on there? You know what?
Objection!
I gotta go with this. The witness statement is faulty, Your Honor. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh wait, he did call the cops. I'm dumb. But if he called the cops, why would he call? I have no idea. Wait. Court record. I honestly don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. So let's go back to the bottle because I'm gonna reread this.
Objection!
If I may, yes. I grab the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No. What, Mr. Wright? Surely isn't this all you have to say for yourself? I can't say that I know what happened to that card. I did pull it in the bottle, however. Fifth person came and took it out in order 6. It could be. I won't have you disbarred in order to say more. We looked inside the bottle, there was nothing. So what's going on is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us, or did the card just disappear? You want me to use the phone? Fuck it.
Objection!
Nope, it's not in the phone. Ah!
Hold it!
Could you explain what you call? Let's see here. Okay, so they're talking about. So something is not right with the card. Like, where did the card go? Like, that is definitely the wrong card, but let's just...
Objection!
The picture of the dead guy? Maybe. Hold up, I'm gonna have to call you because I need you to examine it. Alright, I will. So here's a dead guy. Here's him dead. And then here's this. But I don't see anything that would contradict anything. They're both right there. I honestly have no idea. If he was uncontrollable, then how did he die? I 100% this. Because he has a cut on his forehead?
Objection!
I'm going with it. That's my final guess. No, I'm dead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's right. You've been found guilty. We're definitely gonna be trying for this safe. What could it be? What was the card in the bottle on the other pick? No, it was not. Because it's a... It was, I believe, 5 of hearts, but there's no 5... Hold up! There's a 5 of hearts right here. There's a hearts. Right there.
Objection!
Nope. But it's something with this, 100%.
Objection!
What is wrong with this, then? This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Justice, please rethink the facts. Yeah, there are cards on the board, too.
Objection!
I'm literally just going through everything right now.
Objection!
I'm literally trying to go through everything. But it definitely has to be something with this. I discovered a trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Objection!
I'm gonna see if it gives me a chance to object it. I'm going to see. What was the part 4? I don't know. Why do you think you have something when you don't? I think that's actually...
Objection!
Nope. We're going back to, him being guilty. Bye, Mr. Wright. You've been found guilty not once, but twice in my court case. I'm a terrible attorney. Terrible. Bye, Mr. Wright. Have a good day. I'm going back with my master. Right. I need to see. Well, in that statement made him lie. Or did the card just... What did he say? Alright, gonna look back. I discovered this trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. Objection. Mr. Wright, if I may, yes. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. No? What, Mr. Wright, surely isn't all you have to say yourself? I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in the bottle, however. Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out? Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparking our investigations either. We looked inside that bottle and there was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card really disappear?
Hold it!
I'm pressing him on this. Made a call to the... Oh, wait. This is not what I wanted to call about. I think I might be on something, though.
Hold it!
I pursue my opponent immediately. I used the entrapment. So maybe we have to hit a certain thing and then use that as evidence during it. So we're going to go back to the bottle and see if that is the case. Percent?
Objection!
Because I don't know if I can use that. Oh, wait. We can use people as evidence. Wait, it's a cork bottle. How could he put it in there? Is it possible I put it in there? You know what? I think I got him under hook. Oh wait, it has to be. I thought I could do pet people. Whoops. That's definitely a 5. Hold on, I'm going to call you. Real quick, because I am confused. I am actually confused in this. Because I see a 2 right there. 5, there's something right here. 1000% there's something right there. And a blue card right here. But based off the blue card, the king was swapped. So why? This was a chip that was given to me. This is my chip. I'm 929XX3. Victim's name, Shade Smith, male. Estimated time of death, April 17th, between 1:45 and 2:15 of death. Cause of resulting with a bullet trauma to the head. He never got hit in the head. Just lump. Hands on the ground. Bottle right here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hearts. 1, 2. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Like, why? What is your history, dude? How would the card disappear? That is my question. How would my card disappear? I have no idea. You have any idea, Caitlin? Because I have no idea at all. I need judgment. Do you think the bottle's fetched? But then that can't be it. I'm so confused. I need you here, Caitlin. Please get over here. I need you. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go to the restroom. I'm gonna figure this out. Alright, I'm back. I had to use the restroom. But I still have no idea. I am so I'm frustrated.
Objection!
I'll repeat the bottle one more time. I'm revealing the bottle one more time. Mr. Wright, if I may, yes, there's something in this that doesn't make sense. No. Because the way he's confused. I guess I don't know what happened to the card. I'm actually gonna make this a... Can I make this an evidence? No, I cannot make this an evidence. Let me make evidence. I want to make evidence. I did put it in that bottle, however. It's that moment. Perhaps the fifth person came and took it out, and the sixth person could have helped. Mr. Kevin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disbarrating our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle, there's nothing. What's going on? Alright, so there's something else inside each thing.
Hold it!
Wait, I didn't ask him about it. You did with Mr. Galvin. Yes, we did. He does bring me the frequently. We were enjoying our usual but as usual. I always eat at the table closer to the piano, I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. Placed and such on the table where from your dinner. Indeed, the remains of my meal with Christoph, we dined for 2 hours. I did. Christoph left after that. Something about it doesn't sound right. Oh no, stop it! So I'm gonna...
Objection!
Nope, it's not evidence. I failed. I don't know where he's lying! Babe, I need your help. I need your help about this situation. I need your help. I have no idea. Wait, gee. Why is the story mode off? This would have helped me more if the story mode was turned on.
Hold it!
Why did he walk in? Typical encounter. I have no idea what to say. Because literally he put the card in the bottle. Someone either swapped the bottle out, took the card from that bottle, killed the mysterious get. Okay, now that kind of makes sense. The victim found the card out of the bottle while he went up to call the police. And that's when someone else came in again. That's not really a reason. he's hiding.
Objection!
Oh, I understood this. I know there's not gonna be the answer. Nope. No. Okay, let me save real quick. Yes, save. So he did knock out the girl, Olga, but the uncle.
Hold it!
I need to hammer her face. Also, so how did someone sneak in? Returning with dead blood streaming from a cut on his forehead.
Hold it!
Alright. And when you return, the victim was already dead. Yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little. He was bleeding from his forehead after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. I made another. Yeah, he made a call to Gavin. But what are you hiding? What are you hiding? Am I missing something here? Like, honestly.
Objection!
I'm gonna just hit everything. Gotta find something.
Objection!
I don't know what it could be. I honestly can't find. Cause he has a blood on his head, but not a cut. Oh, what the fudge? Like, we viewed him with the bottle, and he literally just tells us that he put the card in the bottle. Yeah, there's no corkscrew to open the thing up. So, obviously, that is the lie. But if we present it, it will just keep going to this, where he just repeats himself.
Objection!
Oh, I'm gonna repeat it again. Wait. I may have not realized what I was under. Oh yeah. You're not wrong. That was the lie. You would have to remove it. You're right.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He was wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. See, Galen, you're smart. You're smart. justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, could you explain this to the court? I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Eh? You? You put the hat on a dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. When I returned to the scene, his head was in a full view, shining bright just like in this photograph. And I picked his head up off the floor and put it on his head. Why you do such a thing like that? All I can say is I'm sorry, but it's the only thing I judged at the crime scene. So Miss Orderly didn't see it. It's being the victim's his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin. Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin. This witness's testimony is just more like a travesty. It's a riddle of lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never know. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap put in the card, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after I called the police, just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it? Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Bone china plate. A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, not plate, but paint. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second, something's not right about them. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Bowl Club. Most certainly. Then, how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate? Oh, that's right. Yes, that's when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I figured, to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come to this, hasn't it? Phoenix. Order! I will have order. Mr. Payne! Yes, Your Honor. I believe this court has left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear the defense attorney's Gavin's testimony? Well, as the prosecutor, Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take a stand for a cross-examination. Are we clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This court will be the final recess for the day. April 20th, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chambers. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Oh. Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely and the game is yours. That's all. That's gonna be an ace. Where do I remember this card from? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. Mr. Wright's 2. It's 5 aces in all. It's sure I've seen it. The 5th ace. There it is, cheating. I swear to you. That's the 5th ace, and it has blood. The missing 5th ace. Wait, there's a blotch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Did his daughter break into the Bullshit Bull Club, commit murder, steal the card, and now they're trying to frame the district? Oh no! Why do you have evidence? Okay, my disposition. This blood state card is my trump card for finding the truth. Maybe, maybe not. I fell deep into thought as my mind recall raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, I've seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. The locket of truth is the magician girl. Bloody days added to the court record. April 20th, 2:45, District Court, courtroom number 2. Courtroom now reconvened. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take a stand? He looks so cool. Now then, if you would, Mr. Pine. Yes, Judge John. Well, Mr. The witness state his name and occupation? Is that far as necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about this secret beneath the victim's hat? A secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is this? What is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in
Objection!
Yeah. I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gaffin. Mr. Wright, what do you think you're doing, right? Well, makes her look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo. Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Oh, when Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was laying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say. Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Calvin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had no place of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the event of that fateful night? Cross-examination. No witness testimony. That fateful night. The rage I sensed in that man. The night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding the bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. So, you witnessed the murder. For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Captain, may I remind you that you are Mr. Wright's defense attorney. Your testimony is clear disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Captain. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright, you had to say that because that was the only probable window of opportunity, right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared there? Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gaffin. The trial is getting weirder and weirder. Cross-examination. Begin! The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club.
Hold it!
That man? You mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. You knew the true nature of your client's job. Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he knew they were friends after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see. What happened then? I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window.
Hold it!
100%. That is the right request. That little window. You mean the one used to keep watch from the upstairs? Yes, the grill of the exit pass. The black marketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through trouble of peeking in through the window? Would it have been easier to open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far everything makes sense. Okay, so not that. The victim?
Hold it!
How do you know it was after the murder? How do you know it was right after the murder? Really? No need to self-justice. I was just getting to that part in my testimony. There he is, the coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies? The victim was dead as he appears in the photo.
Hold it!
This again. By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene. Precisely, you see, he wasn't wearing a section. I saw it said when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat. Can you describe the scene of the crime for us? Yeah, it was open. A bald head and unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand.
Hold it!
Those were the only three at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as I saw at least. Then, we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police? 2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection!
There must have been someone else there at that moment of the crime. Just as I just said, I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Yes, this mysterious fourth person. Who could really be the real killer, I suppose? Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gaffney. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you could show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary. Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the fifth ace. The fifth ace, right. Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would have swapped out the race, can you point out to the reason? Showing evidence is now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. To go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth ace?
Take that!
The reason is, this. Is that an ace? Why? Why is... It's got blood on it! Right next to the spade! What? This is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be the missing fifth ace? It has his blood on it. Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishing card from some fishing girl. Oh, that card. It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Bullshit Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade.
Objection!
No, impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason for the killer to take the card from the crime scene? Where are you going with this? They got in a fight. I'm literally calling it they got in a fight, and the defense attorney Gavin blood got on that ace, and that's why that ace got disappeared. Take another look at this photo and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down on his back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the
Objection!
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene, and now I've just told you. The one drop blood of would have been decisive evidence to say.
Objection!
This is baseless at conjecture. Baseless.
Objection!
Am I the one that said? I don't. Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. What? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime in your head. Door was right open, so it would have been right easier. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the lurkless victim was found at the poker table, and before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the witness, the second witnesses? Whose position does not fit the bloody card? I actually have no idea. I have no idea! I have to say it's this one.
Take that!
I'm saying number 2. The second witness position is the problem. The second witnesses, that would be Mr. Gavin, yes? The second witness position is far less problematic than yours now, Justice. Or perhaps terrorist is a word better. I cannot see what... Oh, it's actually going to be... Ah! It will have to be actually the victim. It was blood.
Take that!
Well, is it a victim's position the problematic? I don't find your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back on his chair. You would think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Ah! Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would have fall on the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So, does this mean in this incidentally, we're sitting in swivel chairs? Swivel chairs? Oh man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. Oh shit. Wait. How do I turn the chair? The chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. So we have to assume that the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's test your reasoning skills, shall we? Apollo, whose location on the diagram contradicts our understanding of the crime? The victims, the killer, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Oh, shit. It would have to be the witnesses, wouldn't it? I'm
Take that!
Witness. Exactly. What is that witness? The point is unclear even to me. Ow! Oh wait, it would be number 2. It would actually be him.
Take that!
What doesn't make sense is that second witness. You mean to say I don't make sense? Oh, no, of course you do. As I thought. Oh. Okay. Okay, so it's the killers, aka Oh, it's only him. The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where he is indicator currently is, I would think it'd be quite hard. Yes, but what are you saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of the game? To believe a significant reason will soon come to light. What? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at this diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try making sense on the diagram. What? But there's no room to mark. The killer should be... Don't worry, let me think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget everything else. Where would a killer be standing to strike the victim from the front? Right here.
Take that!
Right there. Here? Sorry? We're not overly big things at all. Where would it be?
Take that!
Right there, front. No, we just lose again. We just lost. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. You've been found guilty. All stuff is in chat for him. Hold up. So we're not right there. We're next to him. Turn over the big things. Alright. Where would he be able to strike him? Like, it could be here. Can't be here. Can't be here. There's no way that it can't be right here. Because that is a dead space. Right? Where would a killer standing to strike a victim from the front? I put it right there.
Take that!
Nope. Even threw a ball like. Right.
Take that!
Nope, not there. I'm literally just taking a guess where it would be. Nothing more than that. Wait, could it be right here actually? Like he was
Take
on
that!
the table? Because you could easily strike someone on the table.
Take that!
No? right there, you saying?
Take that!
Nope, not there. Oh no. No, it can't be from the left wing seat. It has to be in front of him. Because if they're facing the wall, alright, let's say I'm facing this way. And I was struck in the front. It has to be somewhere in reach. So giving it an arm length distance. It has to be in that general area. That's why I thought it was on the side, because you can easily swing around and hitting him right here, where he'll be literally facing away, and blood will drip. Try not to overthink things, Apollo. What does your instincts tell you? We know that the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front?
Take that! Take that!
I was laying right on the wall. Oh! Huh? The killer has to be standing right here. You get points for player, but that's about all you get. Oh, I thought I was onto something there too. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killers climbed over the cupboard and hit him from above? Huh? It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at that very moment of the crime, wait, I know, at that very moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gaffin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard of the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to remove the cupboard. Your Honor. What? There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Yes. I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. I just took a solid dark and pointed at a wall. The fucking wall. Hey, no. Directly in front. Fucking help me. Not being smart. But let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at this diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at that time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here, which means Apollo, try moving the cupboard. The cupboard was blocking the window. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to be seen here. Yeah. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Huh? Okay. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point out the new contradiction indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, or the witness, or the second witness? Which indicator of the diagram show? I already know what it is, second witness.
Take that!
It is about this cupboard. Okay, with assuming it was moved. Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would have completely covered up the windows to the stairs. Ah, that's right. Something standing outside wouldn't be able to see it. And someone like Mr. Gavin. What did you just say? Oh, it's the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Nope, don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to the room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did your witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law, and I will have order! We just now received word from our investigative team at the Bush Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh, and what did you find? Well, Your Honor, it turns out there is a secret passage behind it. Oh, what? Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the rooms of many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that now. I mentioned it. A secret passage is hardly a handy thing to have when you are engaged in illegal goings-on. You never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld boss could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht noodle, just like our killer. Everyone is sweating bullets. Even Mr. Gavin's sweating. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo. I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the windows were blocked, and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mrs. Wright's return from the calling cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on, say something. Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we probably figured it out ourselves at this point. The night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with Destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for the right moment. Then a chance came, and he took it. Oh! What? Why did you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga, orderly was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious Dylan. Then our killer stepped out of the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look and... After that deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. The single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that were all red. Nerd! Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gaffin. Mr. Payne! Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Grah! Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gaffin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest.
Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I'd rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary's attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gaffin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the time of your jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else, and not just anyone else but me, his own defense attorney. Legal evidence.
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gaffin, is there any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course, that bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes, the fingerprints on the bottle were, upside down. I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. The court in this case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottom. The bottle, well, Your Honor? See how the codfish swarms to the last. Well, Paulo, yes, your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle steal, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation just like that. Yeah, just like what? Why would I anyone grab a bottle upside down don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you will find a simple answer in plain sight. I know exactly what he means. It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice, it's the ace. Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain the fingerprints on the bottle upside down?
Take that!
The ace. What? No, that is the truth! Isn't it not? That's not the truth? I'm overthinking this. I'm overthinking this! This is right in front of you. Just pick it up. I'm trying to envision it.
Take that!
I'm trying to envision the bottle. Yeah, but there's no showing him handing the bottle. But you're holding. Okay, let's take this as a bottle. You're holding it upside down. You don't hold a bottle upside down to give it to them. You hand them like this. So it can't be that. But earlier he said that he put an ace in the bottle. Which I thought was the answer, was the ace. Because he said he put the ace in the bottle and you could literally put an ace like that. Because you're trying to fit it in. Oh yeah, definitely spin the bottle. No. Definitely not that. Not that. It's a red card.
Take that!
I'll go with this. Just go with this. Yeah, it could be for pouring out, but I have no idea. So I'm gonna restart this. It's it right here. Okay, this is my 4th failed attempt. I would be a terrible fucking lawyer. Holy shit! It's a good thing I didn't go for law school. I would lose this case immediately. If this was an actual case, I would lose this immediately. Come on, give me a hint, dude! Is it this? What evidence do you explain?
Take that!
Nope, not with that. Is it with this? You know what? Screw it. I'm perceiving this as evidence. Using not holding it. Using what do you have to do? You are thinking too hard. I am. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're pouring it into a glass. You actually have to pour it. So, in reality, it would be this picture then, wouldn't it? Because if you're talking to someone, you would order them, literally pour them a drink. Correct? I'm going to that! It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me, on the floor. Yes, now reach down and pick it up without getting out of your chair. See, you're naturally going to pick up the bottle by the neck with your feet upside down. Look at this photograph on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of... I should have paid attention to this picture because I did not see the bottles right here. I should have literally paid more attention to the picture. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down sometimes. Wow, I can't believe it's that simple. We call our dinner with the evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But you must have remembered. So you went and picked up the bottle from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like it's the blood. Yeah. That is definitely the wrong reason. I didn't think about that. Literally, picking up the bottle, you would have to pick it up upside down. Oh my god. Order, order, order. What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gaffin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's framed tactic and misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof? Proof? Well, as I got more baseless conjecture, I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
Objection!
I wouldn't be too sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Oh, yes. I have your memo about that right here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Ball Club. And here, one of the bottles in question. What are you going to do for that for? Fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on that bus. It is. Mr. Gaffin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake true, but that bottle won't bear any trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes? Why didn't you go ahead and examine that bottle? But why? Just humor me, Mr. Wright. That bottle itself, this case, once and for all. What? Oh, that has a card! 5 parts. Not some bottle. That has a card in it. Boom! The 5 of hearts. There's something inside the bottle. Alright, take that off. Got the 5 of hearts. Damn. What's this? That card, it can't be. Recall that unpleasant women's testimony for a moment? Ms. Olga Orley. Yes, our meadow swallowing at the folk shop. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And right past the last hand, just like that. He was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. The planted card was gone. The trap followed. Wait, this isn't... You tell me that this is the planted card you disposed of. The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony. I happened to put my hand in my pocket and I found the card. Yes, I snapped a peek at it. And yeah, I found it. It was a 5 of heart. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card right inside that bottle. Yep, and that's the card. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and there was the one who could have done it was the 4th person in the night. You, Mr. Christoph Gaffin. And he's guilty as that. He's gonna vote. Jesus. Powers of manipulate gravity. Yeah, you literally did grab it. With net 100%. That is all. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the offense that took away your attorney badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the right direction. The proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have a little tete, right? This is insane! What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone? No. I believe this time we've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gaffin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now. I see. Still, one has to wonder why would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he? None that we know of. Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on this matter. about this victim, Mr. Shandy Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. And his profession, an odd profession to be sure, and that all we know about him. I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor. Good, Mr. Wright. Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gaffin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice in the world. A defense attorney, you, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright, our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce the verdict. This courtroom finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. After 5 failed attempts, 6 failed attempts, I forgot how many questions I had. Court is adjourned. And just like that, Mr. Phoenix Wright is freed to man. April 20th, 4:28 p.m., District Court. Defendant lobby number 3. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was just you who cornered Mr. Gaff, the killer. I couldn't have done it myself. You sensed it today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. I understand if it means. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw that moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? I actually thought she was wearing an earpiece. Of course this is true. Because every time she did this, you literally covered your ear. And she was twitching, which made it seem like it was her talking to someone. What was that, Mr. Wright? You have to find the answers to that question yourself. The answer, right. Today was full of questions without answers, most of them about Mr. Gaffin. Without possible reason, could he have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in these days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? The locket is key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in the locket. Of course it's gonna show the girl again. I wonder why he kept murdered that guy, actually. Your daughter, right? That's right, she's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Huh? I took this off the neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, the locket really did belong to me. Wait, but that's pretty jerky. You justified you said the locket was yours. I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nevertheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of the job. I work for Gavin Law office after all. I still get pretty late. I saw Mr. Gavin Bay, but the way it goes. Apollo. Yes? How about coming to work for me? Eh? You mean at the Wright and Co. office? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but wait, but you're not a, oh, I turned in my badge, yes, but I'm not an attorney anymore. That is true. Then 7 years ago, that legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in the court of law, I'm afraid. Did you notice in today's trial, there was a single piece of forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick is the ace. Because he actually destroyed the actual ace. That is the true evidence. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I bet this was the forged evidence. I'm literally calling it.
Take that!
You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, right? That's right. Yes. That card couldn't have had been found at the crime scene. Why? But because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us. The court accept this evidence is a fraud! A fraud? How could you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. So he's gonna get away with murder. The verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really... Yes, I forged this card. No one look at this crime scene should have told you it wasn't. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. He's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo. So it's true. The rumor is true. 70 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? I punched him. It's your story from here out. Apollo, perhaps I could help you turn the next page. My office address. Drop in if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, and about your uppercut. I'll take that next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a great time. Good time. I was at great. I would want to say great. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at that time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Alright, guys? Just like that, that is the end of today's stream. Thank you all for joining up and tuning in. It's been lovely having y'all in this fine Tuesday afternoon. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.